Hello again, Dominic Trophy, and welcome to another video, and this one's going to be something video game related. Now this one is actually going to be about the 3DS. Now I know I've not really done much about the 3DS, but I wanted to do this video. I actually did record this earlier on, but Doctor Who got in the way. But I also made a few mistakes when I was originally recording. So this video will be uploaded really late. So I'm saying really sorry about that. Especially for those in the UK. Because obviously I live in the UK. So it'll be like, obviously, evening, well, it'll be release. It's around like, coming up to like 9 o'clock now. But apart from that, I just want to say I'm sorry. But anyway, this is about the 3DS. And, obviously, this is the 3DS XL. If you wonder what this extra bit is, it's the Circle Pad Pro XL, you know, the add-on for it. And I have a new 3DS here with the Circle Pad and the buttons and stuff. I've always liked the style of the buttons, really nice. And this video is going to be about, well, is the 3DS worth, you know, buying? Is it a well worth handheld to pick up? Now, the 3DS overall has been out for 6 years. It's been out since late February 2011, when it originally came out in Japan. And then it came out worldwide in March 2011. So about a month between. And for all those that know or don't know, basically, the 3DS really had a kind of rocky start at first. And a lot of people were kind of scared or questioning whether or not the 3DS would continue on. Because the problem with it was the 3D effects was good, but the problem with it was that a lot of people playing the 3DS with the 3D effect on all the time, full blast basically, and it caused them to, you know, get a little bit eye strain, become a bit sick, and a lot of people going through a seizure. It was that bad. I remember all the articles online saying, you know, is Nintendo doomed with the 3DS? Are they going to release a new model very soon? And all that and stuff. And they did the whole ambassadors program for a lot of people who bought the 3DS early, where they got a bunch of games for free. They got 20 games for free. 10 of them were NES, and 10 of them were Game Boy Advance. And those Game Boy Advance games were only available to the ambassadors who, you know, got it early. But they also registered their 3DS before August 2012, and then after that you couldn't do that. So that was the only way to get Game Boy Advance games on a 3DS. And after that, when they released the 3DS XL, this one, that's when sales started to pick up. You know, the extra screen, and obviously it was a lot bigger. The screen was obviously a lot more bigger, well, both screens, and the 3D effect kind of worked well with it. And then after that, they started releasing more games for it, and it started to pick up more. And that was what made the 3DS possible. Because to this day, 6 years, you know, after 6 years, it's still doing well. You know, we have the new 3DS, you know, the mid-generation upgrade, and the XL, and the new 2DS as well. New 2DS XL, and obviously the original 2DS as well. So there's a lot of stuff with the 3DS, and I honestly would say it's well worth picking up the 3DS. And the reason being is because of the fact that it has a huge amount of games and a big library so far to play with, because obviously it's been out for 6 years. And I think, honestly, around this time, I think even last year, or even in the far future, the 3DS is well worth picking up. You know what I mean? It's a cheap, affordable system that makes it really worthwhile. But also, it is backwards compatible with the DS games. So any of your, you know, your DS games you might have them in a little box or whatever, they play on the 3DS out of the box, which is a good thing. So if you buy a 3DS or whatever, or 2DS or whatever, play your DS games on that, you know, that's the thing, and then you can play your 3DS games on it. But it also has access to the DSiWare, which obviously was a bunch of games released on the DSi shop channel. It was actually closed down a few months ago, but they were actually brought over to the 3DS. So for those that didn't have a DSi, you could check out these DSiWare games and play them on there, and they play really well on the 3DS. You know, kind of counting it as backwards compatibility, which is a good thing. But it also has the Virtual Console, which has a bunch of games on there from the Game Boy Advance. Not the Game Boy Advance. Sorry, scratch that. sorry, I didn't mean to say that. The Game Boy Color, the Game Gear, and the NES. I wish there were Game Boy Advance games, but apart from that, you know what I mean. So you've got a good library of NES, Game Boy Color, and Game Gear games. So like 4 consoles on there. And if you also are a new 3DS owner, you get Super Nintendo games, so it's really, really good. Really great portable Super Nintendo for the new 3DS, well worth it. But, you know, sorry for those who have an original 3DS, you can't play them, so... Anything before the new 3DS, can't play them. And it kind of gives this big library of games, because obviously, you know, if you had the whole DS games, you've got like 12, even almost 13 years worth of content. And especially if you've transferred everything over from the the original DS, to the DSi, to the 3DS, and to the new 3DS, you've had this huge library of games, and you've not really left anything behind. And it's kind of same way with what Sony and Microsoft are doing, because they're doing the mid-generation upgrade thing, where obviously you've got the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, but obviously you've got the PS4 Pro and the upcoming Xbox Scorpio. So all of your games transfer over. So if you have a PlayStation 4 and you upgrade to a PS4 Pro, all your games go with it. You just transfer a thing over. So all of your, you know, your physical games, your digital games, including the PS2 classics, and even your PS Now transfer over. So you don't lose anything. So if you want to play, you know, your PS2 classics on PlayStation 4, you can transfer them over to the PS4 Pro, which is a good thing. And then same with the Xbox One, because when the Scorpio comes out, you can bring all of your stuff over. You know, your physical games, your digital games, your Xbox 360 games that are currently compatible. I'll go over with it, as well as, you know, the future games that come out, so that's a good thing. So you do not leave anything behind, and that is an absolute amazing thing, and it helps your brand out a lot, because you might not want to upgrade, you might want to stay, but, you know, that's the thing about it. And that's why the transfer features help so much. So you do not leave anything behind, and that's a nice thing that companies have done. It's really, really good. But Nintendo's always done it really, really well with the handhelds, about, you know, upgrading to the next one, and you can bring your content to the new device, and it's a great thing to do. But obviously, at the meantime, we have obviously 3 main devices. You know what I mean? We have the 2DS, the new 3DS, and the new 3DS XL. Now, I'll start with the 2DS. Now, the 2DS is obviously the cheapest one. It's on like £75, £80. I think it's like $80 in America. I don't know how much is in Canada or anywhere else, you know what I mean? So, now the 2DS is obviously, you know, it's a simple, well, I wouldn't say it's simple, but it's a obviously cheap, you know, affordable handheld that gets you into the library on a great price, you know, a great value of price. And obviously you can play all your DS games, you know, the DSiWare, the Virtual Console, the eShop, and the 3DS games. It's just basically a 3DS with no 3D. And I think, honestly, it's a great device. I remember when it came out, I was kind of questionable about it, but I thought, it's actually not a bad device. I think it was well worth it. And I've actually held it at like a kiosk in a store a few years ago. Like back in 2015, I thought, wow, this is really, really comfortable. And I feel like actually getting one, because they're really, really affordable. And I think that's a good thing. Well, I include, like I said, one thing that's good about it is that it includes a power adapter, which the new 3DS and the new 3DS XL do not include, which is a bad thing. So basically you have to pay more money just to get the new device. And that's what kind of gives the advantage to the 2DS, is that if you want an affordable device, it comes with a power adapter, which is a good thing, you know what I mean? All devices should come with a power adapter, you know what I mean? For example, when my family bought me the 3DS XL, or we should call it the original 3DS XL, this did not come with a power adapter. And I did not understand why, but it was basically revealed that Nintendo did that to cut costs. But in America, they still included a power adapter. I don't know, you know what I mean? Which is a bit confusing. But that is one thing that kind of helps it. But also you get a pre-installed digital copy of a game, which is a good thing. And there are 3 different games you do get in 3 different bundles. One is New Super Mario Bros. 2, which is a fantastic game. One of the best games that I've enjoyed on the 3DS. I played that so much, it kind of gets a bit boring after a while, but apart from that, it's still a really, really fun game. Another bundle, the 2DS comes with Mario Kart 7, which again is a fantastic game, well worth it. And the other one, and I think it's only exclusive to the UK and Europe, I don't know, so that's the thing about it. And that one is Tomodachi Life, which I've not really played that much. I played the demo a few years ago, last year, whatever, and it's okay, I won't go crazy over it. And I also say that's actually a great value, you know what I mean? The other one is the 3DS, the new 3DS, which is this one. One thing that's interesting, obviously, you got your face plates and you can change them. The memory card, sorry, not the memory card, the micro SD card is actually at the bottom of the device, so you just have to unscrew it, and that's the thing about it. Same with the XL version. But the thing about that is you actually get those new 3DS only games, such as Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, the eShop, and the Super Nintendo Virtual Console. And if you want to play those games, you need one of these. So you do, that's the thing about it. And I think if you want to fully get into the device, or into the 3DS, I would suggest getting a new 3DS, or the XL, or even the new 2DS, you know what I mean? Which is the same as the new 3DS XL, but without the 3D. It's a little bit lighter as well. So you've got different options, but just remember the new 3DS and its XL counterpart do not come with a power adapter, but it does come with a 4GB micro SD card, which you can upgrade to a 32GB. I know you can do like 64GB, but you got to do like a formats hack, obviously on a laptop or computer, whatever. I've not really done that, but you know what I mean. I have heard about that. And the new 2DS XL is obviously the same thing, but they've moved the micro SD card slot. And it's actually at the bottom, it's actually on the side of the system, and you've got a little flap and you can take it out, which is a good thing. And that also includes a 4GB SD card. And the game card slot has been moved as well. And that actually does come with include a power adapter, which is a fantastic thing. It kind of helps. So, that's my video really. I know it's a bit of a strange one, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit different, but whichever 3DS you get, whether it's the original, you know, the old ones or the new ones, you'll probably have a good time playing them, you know what I mean? Just have fun, and if you found this video informative, very interesting, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. You know, do you have a 3DS? Are you thinking about getting one? Did you think this video was interesting? I don't know. I'd love to hear what your thoughts about this. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and my next video will be uploaded on Tuesday. I know this is a very, very long video, but I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and see you all later. Bye!